Hello, welcome to this video. Thanks for tuning in, sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome. Welcome back if you have. My intention is unity and oneness and the highest levels of love light. I'm just going to go into a little flow. Happy New Year. Breathing in and out. Little light language. Na te osta hana kia ona uawahat e na kia awaha. Yana na ti amo kunua te nestu kunui te ana. Yanau no kuana te I te ha te awa ho kuana. Inamo kunua ha te o ana usta mo kuana. And drop within, drop into your own skin. For within your own skin holds the frequency of deeper activations, of deeper revelations, of deeper knowingness that is attracting to you tenfold that which it is you seek to know, that which it is you are seeking to unfold from and into. That which it is you are looking towards is you in review, looking back at you. Who you are in future you is seeing you now as you were. And we play with these words so that you may be playing within this frequency of expanded awareness. For all has expanded. Can you feel it? Can you feel that the pressure has lifted? For many have vibrated themselves out of their shell of complacency, and have activated the inner alchemy that is necessary for inner development, for personal entrainment, if you will, to undo the personal, professional entrapment, if you will, those that had been professionally entrapped. For there have been many confinements, if you will, that have been exposed, that have been revealed, that have been felt. And as we reveal more and more and more and more, there is a deeper expansion, a deeper score, if you will, as we settle the score. I'm seeing this as a play on words, by the way, a musical score, but I'm seeing it rather than settling the score, like it's evening out. But I'm also seeing that also represents settling, like the dust is kind of settling, and we're able to hear the music in the background. We're able to be the muse. We're able to see the muse and step away from that which was confused into a higher space of awareness and being. For the inner architecture is set to expand, and it cannot be held back. For within this skin suit that you are wearing, your bones, your blood, all of your organs, they hold within them a symmetry, if you will, a symmetry, Oh, I'm seeing a lot of words right now. Ooh, how do I narrow those down? It is difficult to narrow down right now many of the feelings that are being felt, many of the activations that are coming in this particular sun belt, if you will, in this particular lunarography. We have spoken of this before. Stop keeping score. Stop trying to score more. For you are already, I'm hearing, beyond a scoreboard, if you will. As you leapfrog over the next phase of development, you are recognizing, it's like, it's not that we're leaping over it, it's something to do with the leap year and a frog, specifically. There are many different layers and activations held within these tone dynamics, if you will, within this interplay of lingual essences, within this interplay of vocabulary experiences. For as we share this essence of a deeper reality that is being birthed from the sound technology of all that speak the words and the languages of love, of light, of communication, of the remembrance of the cellular architecture that holds within it the deeper communication with self, the higher self has been misinterpreted by many, for there is no hierarchy, if you will. There is no higher place to reach towards, for the bandwidth that many are seeking to feel is within the bands. I'm seeing this as a reference to, again, these bands. Is it Van Halen bands? Van Halen's a band. Van belts? You scientists out there know what I'm talking about. Van Allen belt. Allen belt? Yes, I know Van Halen is a band. I'm not referring to that. But we could be talking about music. Musical chords, musical course. But I'm also seeing I'm hearing the tetra bands. But I'm also seeing a reference to the IT bands, like the bands that are in the body, the framework that are in the body that's holding together. And as I'm saying this, I'm seeing strings being plucked and a vibration moving through the whole body. As we allow ourselves to feel into these energies and we move through the muck and we allow ourselves to release that which it is that we have felt stuck within. So this is a play on words. I'm seeing this as in reference to there's a lot of people still hanging on to that stuck stuff. They feel this uplifting, they want to move with it, but they feel like, well, I can't let that go because then what would I do? And there's a lot of other layers to this as well. As you allow yourselves to not get stuck, not to get sucked into someone else's interlude, if you will. We uplift one another in this environment. I'm seeing like iron, environment. And we allow that which is within our chemical display, our chemical collaboration, if you will, that allows the communication with the cellular architecture to come through in a sacred geometrical capacity for higher capacity, stepping out again. I'm hearing complacency. I'm seeing something having to do with the blood platelets. This reduces the confusion in the body and in the network and between the communication with the higher stem, the higher self, the higher stem, which is a higher intelligence, stem cells, T-bands, something having to do maybe with DNA here. And pay attention to the flows of incoming energies and currents that rush through you to remind you of where you have been, where you will be, where you are now, for all of those are concurrently running, if you will, through the dominoes, play on words, the dominoes, I'm seeing dominion and the knowing, the different dominions, and I'm seeing everything is being connected. I'm seeing stacked as well, like pancakes, and then merging. We set this tone, we set this speed, for we are moving through at warp speed, if you will. We are moving through a higher track. We are on a higher track. We are on a one-track mind through the aspect of higher mind versus hive mind. For the hive has been misrepresented. I'm hearing there was a hostile takeover that essentially dictated where the hive would be focused, what their vibration would be, what they would be feeding on, who they should be paying attention to. This has left I'm seeing the beehive, like, we're not there anymore. For the nectar is sweet, and the honeybee cannot be caged. And we are all, I'm seeing this reference to the divine and the pineal gland and the nectar of life and all of these geometries just reconfiguring and creating. And it's like we are creating this dynamic, beautiful energy right now. For we are spilling forward. We are spilling the seeds, so to speak. I'm hearing sowing seeds of love. I know that was a little off, but tears for fears. Do not be afraid to walk your walk. Do not be afraid to talk your talk in the form of truth dynamics. For as you spread the love, as you share the love, as you, I'm seeing this as a reference to telling people how you feel in a loving way. Also complimenting people. You look beautiful today. I love your eyes. Wow, thank you so much for making me feel good. I don't know if I told you this lately, but I really appreciate your company. I really miss our friendship. Can we reconnect? Let's Zoom together. I just see this just getting emotional. This deep compassion for one another. Spreading like wildfire. We are the tribe. The tribulation is over, if you will. Yet there are many that wish to pay tribute to this stage of their life. They wish to pay tribute and homage, this is a play on words, to these past dominoes, to these past dominions, to these other dominions that are in the process of integrating, dissolving, or reforming even, perhaps, from another perspective. There are many different perspectives and angles in which to present this framework of existence. We play with the words and the terminology so that we may see that this is a living language. We may feel into the life behind the words, the sound behind the song. And as we allow ourselves to flow in this abundance of letters, in this abundance of light, in this abundance of geometries and chords that are recalculating the framework, the essence of life, the very life that we exist within, that exists within us, is fluidly, dynamically changing into a, I keep hearing this contraband, it's like a contra exploration, play on words, by the way. We allow ourselves to geographically unfold, exposing the deeper layers of our true connection to all things, the deeper layer to our true source of connectivity. And as we spread this out through the weaves, waves, weaving, weaves. I think this is a play on words too. We allow ourselves to combine our energies, our fluid frequencies in a dynamic interplay of constant alterations. So I'm just seeing it's this living light code, and we are embodying this living light code in such a way that everything is shaken to its very core, is what I'm hearing. Everything is shaken to the very core of what we think our reality is. Even if we had an inkling, I'm seeing that as a play on words. It is so, again, there are no words, yet there is the energy and the sound behind the words and the sound. And we can use our frequency to emit, right? Emit that energy from our heart, and being in a balance through stability, not just in our hearts and, oh, I love everybody and everything is sunshine and rainbows. That is a version of being in our hearts. But our hearts, and I've talked about this before, are not just about high, like a high. It's a coherent state. It's a long wave. It's not a short burst of highs and lows, although at times it can feel like